right, lead or live. So obviously we've got some people in the room, and we've got some reporters on Zoom. So we'll start in the room and then we'll hit Zoom. Any questions in here? Tim, go ahead.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. You've obviously had a lot of success starting here. You've also been on that six-man role. I'm wondering, as you're going through free agency, was there discussion about that role? And is there, what that role is moving forward?
Well, just for the whole situation throughout the summer, trying to figure out where I was going to play and all that's nonsense. No, not one organization was talked about. Whether if I would start or come off the bench, it was more so just my style of play and that they wanted me there. So that was it.
Dwayne.
Wayne Price, Mavs.com. Tim, obviously your dad played at bFb. What are some of the things that you told you about Jason?
That he's a great player, high IQ. I've watched Coach J Kidd play, throughout my time, as a kid growing up. My dad and I were on the same team for the Olympics in 2000 in Sydney. So just watching him play and seeing him, win a championship against the Heat. I was at those games as well when I was in college. Just seeing him and visualizing him play and seeing his style of play, it was awesome. Like I said, his high IQ was high level. The way he got his teammates involved, the way that he shot the ball throughout his career, especially towards the end of his career, knocked down three-point shooter and a guy that gets everybody involved and gets the pace going. So it was great just to finally see him, become a coach now with us, and hopefully we get the job done.
Next question. Tell us about Reggie and how do you feel like you got this team moving forward?
Well, watching Reggie in New York, you all saw, he gave us fits. Just anytime we made a run, he'll knock down a big three or get a key stop. So he's a great 3-and-D guy. Will knock down the open shot or even contest it. And he gives you that tenacity and that fire on defense that every team wants. So I'm very happy that he's with us.
Luka and KP and some of the other guys who have been up here have talked about the new staff kind of having a more open process to communication and having it more of a two-way street and communicating how and what you want to do. What are the differences that you've noticed even just before training camp really get started and how they're approaching that?
I would say there's a different type of energy, a different pop, in the facility, and it's positive, it's good, and just having those type of guys with that energy on the staff, where they want you to go out and have that hunger mentality, that dog in you, to go out there and play hard and fight for your teammates. It shows only in the workouts, and we haven't gotten to training camp yet. So, what my teammates are telling you, it's true, and they are definitely open-minded. Once they all want to know our thoughts and what we're thinking at any given day, any given time, and they're open to whatever. So it's great just to have a staff that's all on board to do so.
And to follow up on that, do you have like a specific example or story of how you've noticed that energy or that pop, like you said?
I don't have. I'm trying to keep everything in house, but I would say just with guys, knowing when throughout their workouts, what you like to do here in this situation, or offensively, defensively, where do you feel like you succeed at, and where can we help you out to get better, and just little things like that. It definitely goes a long way.
Right. Yeah, Tim, you probably know KP better than anybody. He said he used last year's external noise as incentive as he got ready for the season. Which, knowing what you do know about him, do you think that is going to be?
I think I think what we have is something scary, but in a positive way. That guy is ready to go, and I have not seen a more focused KP in my whole time here, and as a teammate. You know, he wants to get back to that All-Star season before the ACL injury, and he really wants to do whatever he can to make him not make his make him himself happy, but make the city happy, and let them know that this wasn't a wrong decision or whatever what people would think. But I know him. I know how he's going to go out here and compete. He's going to bring it, and we see that all the way up to now. So all I can say is people be ready.
Hey, Tim, Mark, follow Will, Maps TV, good to see you as
Good to see
always.
you.
You're playing a regular season game, I believe, in 3 weeks and 3 days. Yeah, and it's, you know, like you guys, like everybody around the league, it's a short off season. Presumably you're installing somewhat new offensive and defensive systems. Could you address how intense this is going to be to prepare to be able to play a regular season game in just over 3 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, right? So,
Why not?
but hey, man, it's I mean, that's the beauty of sport. You know, you never know what the outcome is going to be. So, I think we're just excited, just like everybody else, just to get on the floor finally and get the season underway. So, with that being said, and also having, you know, people in the stands. So, I think it's gonna. With all this stuff being said about being a short off season, I think everybody's just excited to get the ball rolling and to get back out there and
More in the room a little bit. Okay, basically, Reggie and Sterling are the major additions, so pretty much this core is running it back again. So where does the internal improvement come from in this team to get you to where you want to go?
I think just having that killer instinct to finish games. I mean, we got there. Last year in the playoffs, we were up 3-2, up 2-0 to begin it. So we just got to do a better job as a whole, as a team, to close out games and finish games. I mean, everybody has our goals. Everybody has their goals throughout the season as a team and as individuals. But what matters most is the wins and the W's. That being said, as long as we could finish our ball games and get as many W's as we can to finish out the season and reach our goal and get to the playoffs and win rounds, that should be the improvement we're looking at.
bAP, somewhat related to that. How do you see the chemistry evolving on this team? Was it any kind of an issue at times last season? And if it was, what do you do to fix it?
I think I would say the chemistry kind of was off because you never knew who was going to start. I would say start games or how the rotation was going to be in certain situations. But I mean, whatever it did, we finished fifth, so it must have been something right. But this chemistry is going to be tough now just because of new staff. New players, new key players, and a short off season. So all how you get over that is, you know, straight up communication and being able to go out there and vocalize your opinions and listen to the staff and what they want to do throughout the course of the season, throughout the course of training camp. And I think that's how we'll overcome it.
Dorothy Gentry, I'm Messenger Media. Tim, you were a fan favorite while the MFFL. You evolved into one of the top favorites on the team. How does that make you feel as a player? Talk about the importance of that fan support when you're out there on the court, and just what does it mean to you as a player?
Well, I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. I think me as a player, that's one thing I am good at, and that's feeding off the crowd. Everybody knows I am a passionate player, and when I feel that energy and I feel that vibe of of knocking down a three or getting a dunk or getting a charge, or whatever it happens, something positive. It gets the ball rolling and it gets me fired up, and that's because of the fans and the MFFLs. So yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to zoom real quick and then we'll keep you moving on media day. Kevin Gray, go ahead.
Kevin Gray, 105 through the fan. Tim, good to see you this offseason. Going into now your 9th season, does it feel like that you have established yourself as not only a veteran, obviously, in this league, but as a leader on this team? And how will you continue to grow as a leader with this team going into this season?
Yeah, I do feel like I created that niche where I am a leader on the team. With that being said, though, I do know my role, and I do know that who keeps this thing churning is J Kidd and Luka and KP, and we're definitely gonna have to need everybody to be on deck and hands on with everything. But with that being said, yeah, it's awesome. It's a great feeling to have, and I'm just there to make sure everything goes smoothly for sure.
Michael Shapiro.
Hi, Tim. Michael Shapiro, Sports Illustrated. You've been with Luka for a few years now. What do you think makes him, such a prodigious playmaker at such a young age? And why do you think him and Kristaps are such an effective offensive duo together?
Yeah, I think with Luka, him being that facilitator and that guy out there on the floor, I think it comes with him just playing professional basketball at such a young age and being around grownups, playing against adults at the age of 16. So him just having that experience and winning at such a young age, he knows what it takes. And for with KP and Luka being that effective duo, it's awesome, especially when they got the ball rolling, just like they had in the bubble. It's a great sight to see. It's fun to be a part of it and to watch. And hopefully they could get back on track with this year.
Thank you.
All right. Now, last one's from Leonardo.
Hey team, it's Leonardo Torres from Peru. Hope you're well.
How you
Team,
doing?
what was the biggest lesson from last season looking ahead of this new NBA season?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that I'll take away from it, like I said before, is finishing ball games. Finishing ball games and finishing series. I think with us adding a little bit more veteran guys, Sterling and Reggie, I think it will definitely help us out tremendously and give us that edge and that fire, to close out games. And obviously, being to experience that and now know what it takes, to get that job done. It will hopefully carry over to this season.
I'll do it. Thanks for your time tonight, Tim.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tim.